my name is Katie. I'm going to be showing you how to round brush your hair today. I have the A-line bob where it's shorter and stacked in the back and then a little longer in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I like to have it nice and full and rounded out. When it's wet, before you dry it, you want to go ahead and use the silkening oil treatment. I like to use that on the mid shaft and ends for frizz. And then all over, I spray the sea salt texturizing spray to give it some nice body and texture to it. And then you want to get your hair about 80% dry, which is where mine is at. It's very important that you get it to there because then the brush will start your hair will start taking shape to the brush. I'm going to start by showing you how I dried my hair today. I like to finger dry it, so that helps give it a lot of body also when you're drying it before you get the round brush out. Now I've got it to the point where we can round brush it. With this style, you're going to want to use a medium-sized round brush. And in the back where it's a little bit shorter, you might need to go to a smaller round brush, but we're not working for curl, we're just working for fullness and to get it rounded out, so you don't need anything much smaller than that. So I'm going to take my clips. You want to start at the bottom and work your way up. And so you just take your clips and put them in there. Now I'm going to take my round brush, and before you turn your dryer on, I'm just going to go ahead and let you know, get into the hair with the round brush, and depending on which hand you use, one side's going to be a little more awkward than the other, but just find an angle that works for you, that's comfortable for you. I like to get my brush in there first, up underneath, and then I'm going to turn my dryer on. And a tip before I turn it on is when you're drying it, leave it in that spot for a second and either hit the cool button or just let it sit without your dryer on it for a second, because letting it cool down helps it get that shape and helps lock it in before you pull the brush out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let some of it down and work my way up. It's always easier to work from the bottom and go up. And take small sections, because that way you won't have to redo anything. And when you're round brushing also, just kind of keep the round brush moving. There's no need to really stop. And on my sides, I like to have it a little bit straighter, so I just kind of pull it out and not turn it under so much. And I always make sure that I'm pulling up on the brush because it gives it a lot of fullness at the scalp. Now that I've got the rest down, I like to start taking it back with the round brush when about halfway to the top of my head, so that you get a lot of fullness in your crown. So you don't want to let your part go all the way back, because then it'll split and kind of be flat on top. I also like to, when we're finished up, go ahead and look at the back and make sure you've got it all nice and smooth and rounded out. And if everything is good, we're done with the round brushing. Now, I don't usually round brush the back because it usually gets pretty full, and a lot of people won't need to do any kind of ironing. I like to iron the sides of mine just to get a little bit smoother on the sides because I have a little bit of frizz. So when I'm doing that, I'll section it off and do the flat iron with Beyond Shine by Aquash. I like to use the Moroccan oil hairspray to help give it just a little bit of hold to keep that fullness. Now we're all finished up and you've got the nice, full, rounded out look that you see with this haircut with just the round brush.